Computer. Hey everybody, we are here today with a mini magicians call, and we've got this awesome group of people. Just wanted to get some things clear regarding a team, regarding our healing retreats and our health retreats, the collective, and all of the other fun things that we have going this year that are so exciting. So, should I start off with a little just kind of download about some of it, or do you guys want to ask questions right from the get-go? A little download? Okay. All right. So, we have a PH360. First of all, I just wanted to say thank you for being here. And that the Mini Magicians program, I happen to be part of it now. I think it is the most awesome program that we have, of course, because it's been so life-alteringly amazing for me. And I just really appreciate everything I've learned. And it's so I'm super happy you guys are here with me, that we're all going through this journey together. There's some mini 1.0s and some 2.0s that will be watching this video to get this download. So I just wanted to share, first of all, that in case you haven't been to a retreat, we have two sorts of retreats. We have a health and wellness retreat, and that is a PH360 retreat. That's where a person comes and becomes 100% fully immersed in PH360. They get to eat their PH360, go through their chronobiology. They take classes that are teaching them about not just their own health type, but also the other health types. I'm sorry, I'm swaying, but I'm on a swing chair, and I'm trying to keep myself still, but there's just so much fun to sit on this swing chair. I'm in Australia right now, in Melbourne, at a place called Serotonin. Rich and a bunch of the other minis are here with me, so it's really fun. So, okay, back to business. So during the health retreat, it's a 6-day and 5-night course. During that course, there'll be a team. There's team and there's peeps. And in the past, we've had courses up to like 15 people, but we're actually growing this retreat, and we are going to be having up to 30 people. And there's two different levels, two different ways a person can play now on the retreat. One is they can come and they can be in all of the group classes, but they have no individual sessions. And we have created a really good price for that. I'm just letting you guys know this, just so you're in the know. You guys aren't signing up for these things. If you want to sign up, you can, of course. But if you haven't been on a retreat, it's really fun. But I'm just letting you know so that you've got the dig. It's $2,997 for someone to come to the group experience. And that's everything except for the individual appointments. Now, if someone wanted to come with the VIP experience, then that would be $3,997. And in each retreat, there are 20 spots for group and 10 for the VIP. Okay, so that's going to be all during this year. During every time that we come together at a location, we do a health retreat and we do a healing retreat. Okay, so now I'm going to kind of take you through the difference then. The difference between a health retreat and a healing retreat. The healing retreat is more of a spiritual experience. That would be for just 10 people. It's heavy into the personal appointments and the experiences and the healing experiences, and most of us have been to a healing retreat. That's one of the reasons why we're here. I've even been to one, and it was amazing. And so those are continuing to be very similar with the one-on-ones. There's more than one of us for every one of them, so more than one team for every one peep. The healing retreats are the retreats that we as Mini Magicians are invited to attend, and that we come and we hold space at the retreat. Depending on whether you're a 1.0 or a 2.0, you'll be somewhere between being an angel at the retreat, which means that you're holding space, you're holding energy, that you're creating, like opening your heart and experience, and like building love for people, and really assisting each person in going through their journey. And we are a really vital, important part of that. And then some of the minis who graduate from 1.0 and they're in the 2.0, group, some of them are actually like teaming up with our real regular healers from around the world. You know, so Kasha, Linda, Matt, whoever is on the healing team, and we have the 2.0s are teaming up with them and doing healings like side by side. And so that's something that we can graduate to as we move along. And as we develop our skills and talents in our spiritual numinatus quest that we are on in Mini Magicians. And so it's really fun. And being an angel is incredible. I know that Michelle was with us in our last Envitica. We were all angels, and it's not just for the people, it's for us too. I mean, it's such an experience to hold space and see a person like, it's like they just come out and there they are, that person that you could see all the time inside of them. And it's so beautiful. And so anyways, that if you haven't been on one of the healing retreats as a mini, definitely highly recommend it that you come. Okay, so, and the healing retreats are 8 days, 7 nights, so they're a bit longer. Vidika, I think somebody's, Vidika, you might be on, not mute. Everybody, you guys mute unless you're going to talk. Okay, and then, okay, so now I'm just going to back up from the retreats, and we're going to go to this year, 2018. During 2018, we, Pietri 60, and our group will be traveling around the world and working from wherever we are. So for instance, in January, on January 7th, we leave and we attend the Thailand. We'll go to Thailand on the 7th. And we'll be there until February 7th in the location that we've, the venue that we've, I was going to say consummated, but that didn't seem right. But anyways, that we have secured at the venue. And it's really beautiful. You guys are going to love it. I'm going to be sending out information soon. As soon as I get back all of the questionnaires, we'll be sending all that information out to you. And so we come on January 7th. The health and wellness retreat, the Pietri 60 retreat, starts on the 9th and it goes until the 14th. During that time, there will be a specific team at the retreat who's been hand chosen. Those are people who have skills like they're a certified Pietri 60 coach, they're a massage therapist, they're a chef, they want to help in the kitchen, they're a person who's a chiropractor, a physio. They have some body skills that they help people with their physical bodies with, because the health and wellness retreats are body, mind, and a little spirit. And so it's kind of the reverse of the healing retreats, which are more spirit oriented. And so if you are interested in working on team and you want to be part of that, there is a link that I'm going to post in the Facebook group, and I may have already posted it, but if I haven't, I will. That is for people who want to assist. You just click on that, and then you share what you do and how you'd like to assist. Okay, so that is a possibility, but not part of Mini Magicians. It is a service that people come and they offer their services. There is no payment for coming and doing that. You don't have to pay for accommodations. You're put into your accommodations and you're fed. But just coming and serving and taking care of people, that's just a gift that you're giving to the people that are in the retreat at this time. Okay? So, because a couple of you had that question. So that is so now back to January. So January, now we're up to the 14th. On the 14th, our health and wellness retreat people, they go on their way to whatever's next for them. And then what we call the collective will be in attendance. And the collective will be there from the 14th until the 28th. We started the collective, what we're calling the collective, or some people have called it Humanity X. Some people have called it the commune, but that probably wasn't the best terminology for the whole thing, because it has kind of weird terminology. But basically, what it is it's a project. We do what we call flowjects. Flowjects are projects that we're doing that are in our flow. And we as a collective are together and working on flowjects is how we call them flowjects. And so the collective itself, like I said in the remarks, but the collective itself is a flowjet, because Humanity X and the collective is about bringing together all these different people that are all unique in all different health types, and then documenting and sharing how these health types work together to create more flow, more productivity, and just basically creating all kinds of amazing, it's like an exponential increase in what is possible when you've got all those people working together in that kind of a situation. And so we started in Mexico with a small group there. Last year's mini 1.0s that were the 2016 class. And then we added a few people from PH360 also. And then we continued on in Bali. And so Thailand will be our third time that we've come together as the collective. During the collective time, if you are interested in attending, you would be doing things like for instance, in Bali, we focused for an entire week on fleshing out everything about retreats. So it's taking what we had and then just taking it to the next level, next level, next level. So we had people that specialize in awesome words and writing the emails, and we had people working on the website. We had people who are finding the right pictures, people who are creating little videos. We have people that are just experts at brainstorming and coming up with incredible ideas. Everybody has a flow, and everybody has their strength and their genius. And I really want to, I want you to know that if you're sitting there and you're thinking, oh, I really don't have any of those skills, then you haven't read your PH360. Because what we do when we get to a destination is we create a spreadsheet. And we create all of our flow in the spreadsheet. So it says, when is someone's focus time? When is someone's play time? When is someone's wake up time? Exercise time? When should they be eating? And all of that goes into this one spreadsheet so that we can all see it. And then what is their genius? Like, what are they really, really, really great at? And getting everybody into the flow of their genius and who you are and who you came to be in this world. And so that is what we do when we're on site. So if you look into your genius area and your mind area, you're going to see all of these amazing traits that are so highly incredible for you to be part of all these different flowjects and things that we have going. Now, do you have to do flowjects or come and do the collective? No, it's not required. It is another coming together. If you're working on flowjects during that time while you're at the venue, and if you're on the flowjects team and you're like working on all of that with everybody, your lodging and food is paid for. And if you are, and so that would be for people who want to come and want to be like, sometimes we are working on individual flowjects in little teams. Sometimes we're all like a hive. Like, okay, we've got this thing we want to bat out, like the retreats. We want to get everything for retreats. So everybody went, whoa, and like hunkered down and created the whole retreat. And so it's like a whole new thing, and it's amazing, and I'm so excited. I can't even see straight. So anyways, so that is just a kind of a gist of the collective. Now in Thailand, the collective will be from the 14th to the 28th. And the 28th is when the healing retreat starts. So let's just say that you were coming in a couple of days early, maybe because you wanted to, like Eileen might come from the United States, or Heather. You guys might come in and you'd want to like, I might have a little jet lag or something, or Vidika. Vidika's not coming, I think, for this one because she's going to be vacationing with her hubby. They're going to be having some fun. And, that's important too, family time. So, and I have something exciting about that. I'll tell you in just a second. So when you are coming to Thailand, you might come a couple days early, and that's okay. You can even stay at the venue as long as there's room, as long as we're not all full up. And you guys, pretty much we can figure anything out and figure out how to get another person in and all that. So know that if you come a couple days early, you can come and stay, and all you do is pitch in. In Bali, it was $50 for food and lodging. That included everything. But it might be a little different in Thailand. I don't know. But it'll be some number like that, and Mars will come up with it, and she'll give it to us. And so if you want to come a little early, and generally if you wanted to stay later, you could. But here's the thing with staying later. Okay, so then the 28th through the 4th is the healing retreat. And the healing retreat, that's like all hands on deck, all minis on deck. We are all angels there to support and be love for all the people that are there. It's really an amazing experience. We also help a little bit, like we'll take turns in the kitchen sometimes. We help with food. We help support everybody, basically. We're not just angels for the peeps. We're angels for the team. We're angels for the chef. We're kind of angels everywhere. And it's really amazing. And so during that time, we'll be, we also get to experience people's healing experiences. We get to go through, working with various healers. So like last time we got to work with Angie, we got to work with Tasha, we got to work with, we didn't work with Linda, the excavator. Some of you guys have had the experience with her. But we got to work with Matt. I mean, we got to be angels with almost everybody and for almost everyone there. And the angel experiences were like, sometimes they were people's favorite. In fact, last time we did a really fun experience. I'm not going to tell you guys what it is in case we don't do it, but hopefully we're going to do it again in Thailand and maybe in Croatia. Okay, so then to the 4th is the healing retreat. Now, after every healing retreat, there is a 2-day platinum immersion. During the platinum immersion, the platinums in the 2.0s and the 1.0s will be in a class. 1.0s are in a class with Angie, 2.0s are in a class with Matt. That's how it is this year. And of course, next year it could be different. We don't know exactly what's going to happen next year, but that's how it is this year. And so during that time, I don't know the answer on if you can just stay and pay. I'm almost thinking you wouldn't be there for those 2 days. But in Thailand, anyways, it ends completely on the, that's the 5th and the 6th, and it ends on the 7th. So we're done with the venue on the 7th. Now, do we leave Thailand then? Not necessarily. We may stay after because there's a 2 to 3 week lag time between one destination and the next destination. It's set up that way for people to stay after, for people to go travel, for people to experience wherever we are or get where they want to go or go home if they need to. Basically you've got some time there that you could do what you want to do. Now for me, I'm going to stay, I'm on the collective train going through 2018. And so on the 7th, I would imagine we'll still be in Thailand for a few days, if not, a week or two. But there's no way to know that, and there isn't a way to plan ahead. For all of you lovelies that love to plan, that is not the place where it will be done. But between the 7th of January and the 7th of February, that is planned, and you can create a plan around those dates, all right? Okay. So I think I've talked for a little while, and now I want to see if you guys have any questions. Anybody have any questions? Just take yourself off mute and ask away.
Hey, Jules.
Hi, Heather.
Hey, so for the collective piece, would you need to see the whole, or can you do a portion of that?
Yes, you do not have to come for the whole thing. You could come for part of it if you want to. But I recommend if 2 days isn't enough, because generally we focus at the very beginning. And it would be, if you had a whole week, you could come in and like jump in and get in. But if you only came a couple days early, you should just plan on taking some personal days and relaxing. It's good to be there, and you can play with us and hang out with us, and everybody's in their flow, so every day there's time that they're doing different things, right? And you might even help with something, but it won't be, it's not like if you come a bit earlier, you'll be in the flow of the flow jacks. I would say realistically you'd need a week to like really get into it.
And how much of that time are we actually going to be focused on
flow jacks?
Yeah.
During flow jack time, we are very focused on FlowJects. We're in our flow, meaning that each day, like my exercise time's at 6:30 or something in the morning, and I go out walking and doing different things, and usually someone leads yoga or does some kind of training, during the morning time. But and then you eat breakfast, like I eat breakfast, but then there's focus time, and I'm in doing FlowJects during all that time. I work a lot during the FlowJect time, because during the retreat, we're not working at all. We're focused on our peeps and taking care of them. And so most of us are, we really focus during the FlowJect time. And so do we still go out to dinner and hang out and have fun? Yes. Do we go on excursions? Once in a while, but not a lot. Like one day we went to Ubud when we were in Bali, but most of the time we're working on things, or sometimes we go out to coffee shops and we work as a team, like people be sitting at a table and, they might even be all doing their own thing and not even looking at each other, but we're all together there. So the venue changes up depending on who you are. Like you would love going out to a coffee shop and working with everybody at a table, right? Or maybe you like to, it depends on each person. Like Marzi's a crusader, so she likes to really focus and like close the doors, be alone, to work on her stuff. Got it? Okay.
Yeah.
Did that answer your question?
Yeah, that's great. So that model pretty much is for each of the retreats.
Yes, and remember, it's a work in progress. We're learning, we're growing, this is the beta group, right? We are the beta group. And so what we're creating is something that hopefully that we can share with the world about a new way that people can work together. And so we're really part of something big, and we're recording it and documenting it and creating films for it, that sort of thing. Oh, Michelle asked a question. Let me answer Michelle's question really quick. You're part of the collective. Is all day given over to FlowJects, or do you have time for your own work? When you're part of FlowJects, you will have some free time that is in your flow. Like you'll see your free time, but if you work during your free time, in essence, you kind of defeated the purpose of being there for FlowJects. So that, did that answer your question, Michelle? Maybe just let me know. If you're part of the, okay, good. And confirming, yes, the platinum immersion for the 2 days after the healing retreat, it's always the 2 days right after the healing retreat. It's a platinum immersion, and it's included in the platinum package. What's not included is food and lodging during that time, but we will have room at the venue during that time. So it's, like I said, in Bali, it was $50 a day, and it'll be somewhere around that for the food and lodging. Oh, and we hired a cook too, so we didn't have to cook. It was really fun. It was like $5 or something. I mean, it was really inexpensive in Bali, and she was amazing. So 1.0 Platinum can attend the 2-day Platinum immersion, but not 1.0 Gold. The Gold group is not part of the Platinum immersion. The 2-day immersion is only for Platinum, and that is for 2.0s and 1.0s. 2.0s and 1.0s can attend as long as they're Platinum, not Gold. But Golds can come to the healing retreat and be part of the angels and get that experience, which I highly, highly, highly recommend. Okay, let's see. If you are an angel in Thailand, food and accommodation is covered. Yes, like it was in Bali, our food and accommodation during the healing retreat was covered, and we were angels for the retreat, yes. All right. Who else has a question?
For a follow-up then,
yes.
A question about the accommodation food. So basically we just need our airfare and transportation there.
Yes, if you're coming for the healing retreat, then you would just need airfare and transportation. If you come a couple days early, you may have a couple days of accommodations and food, but you'll be like join right in with the group. As soon as I get back all the questionnaires, I'm going to create a spreadsheet, and then everybody will have the opportunity to say when they're coming and what's going on, so that everybody can be taken care of, for when you're coming. You may have to get yourself to the location, but it might be possible if we can coordinate enough people to do the airfares, then we can pick people up and do some things like that too.
Cool.
Okay? And let's see, if we refer a PEEP, I believe there's a referral fee. Yes. If you guys refer a PEEP to a retreat, and you can even refer them to me, and I will get them registered for a retreat, or Katie or whoever you want to refer somebody to. But if you refer a person, you get a 10% referral fee. And it's the same for any retreat. Okay? And you can apply that in any way that you want. You can apply it to whatever you'd like to apply it to. Any other questions? Eileen, do you have any questions? I know it's almost bedtime for you.
The only question that was coming to mind was, do we know the location or the airport code for Thailand?
Yeah. Yes, we do. And since we want to keep this generic, I'll send it to you guys. You'll have it like just shortly, as soon as I get the questionnaires back. I'll send it out to you. And then we will, yes, the retreat specials that are announced today, yes, the price of the healing retreat is the same, $9,997. So the healing retreat is the same price. There is a couple's price for the healing retreat. It's $16,897, I believe, but you can see it on the website. That was a question from Michelle. And so, Eileen, did I answer your question?
You did. The other question that I had was, when you go to a health and fitness, generally as a PEEP, as you said, you go through your schedule or your chronobiology. And I think, when you go through a healing retreat, it's a little bit less so like that. I mean, you have opportunity for movement and exercise and things like that, but you're not necessarily on your flow for that retreat. So is that the same for the angels, where you're not working as an activator and sort of being to work in the morning versus, another time or anything like that?
No, actually, for the healing retreat, it's a little different than when we attended, but it's similar. Like, for instance, the day started at 8:30, and so that's when yoga started. And like, for instance, I woke up at 6:30, and I did my exercise at 6:30, which you're still fully capable of doing. And then you come back, and then you're part of what's happening. But our flow during the day is geared around the retreat schedule. So, there's 3 to 4 sessions per day with a healer. And then we're angels in each one of those sessions. We angel for someone. Sometimes it's just us angels with them, and sometimes we're with a healer and we're angels that way. And then when we eat as a group, just like we did, right? And we go on the excursions with everyone also. So wherever the excursions are taking us, we go on those excursions with everybody. And that's all, we're part of the retreat and what's happening.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's no fees involved in any of that.
Okay.
But the food is kind of centered around your biohacking.
Well, here's what happens. Yes, especially if you need special food, like there are some people who have to have special food that are angels or healers, and they are taken care of. But what they did now that's a little different than what they used to do is they made a kind of like a table and filled it with food. So there's meat, there's potatoes, there's vegetables, there's a curry or a soup or a stew. There's something for everyone that is there with you. And remember, we have the party planner it's not released yet to everybody, but PH360 has a party planner, and the chef can party plan with all of our profiles listed and can see the foods that go across the board for most people. And so we tend to focus or center around those foods that are more universally, for the team. We figure they're more universally those foods. And then so you'll have a big spread on the table. Michelle, you were at the last retreat. Maybe you could maybe you could put in the box, like kind of type what you thought about the food, kind of how it was for you, or Vidica. Both you guys are there. Maybe you can type or say, just so that people can get an idea. It was set up in a way where you could just pretty much get your food. Yeah.
Hey, Jules, I can talk now.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi, beautiful. Yeah, the food was awesome. And what Shana did is she would take the things that most people could have, and she would make something with that. I'm vegetarian, so she would have a meat soup, then she had a vegetarian one, and then she might have a salad, and then she might have fruit, and then there might have been a smoothie. So you would go over and if it was particularly for someone, we'd have a little sign saying, this is for the censor, or so people didn't go in and, grab all the food that you could eat. So there was, you were catered for, but it wasn't like a specific meal for you that at every meal. It was that everyone was catered for.
Yeah, thank you, Michelle. And for any of you activators out there that are like, am I going to get enough food? Yes, there's plenty of food. And also for activators or people, like, there's always leftovers and things in the fridge. You can always go grab them. You're not going to go hungry for sure.
Great.
Okay, did that answer your question, Eileen?
Yes, it did. Thanks.
Awesome. Does anybody else have any questions? Michelle, did you have any questions since you're here? Let me see. Oh, if you want to explore being part of the collective, yes. If you want to explore being part of the collective, that is going to be going out shortly. If you're attending Thailand and you want to come and be part of the collective, or if you're part of any group, then you just reach out and then we will, we can have a discussion if you need to have a discussion about it. That's no problem. But I just want to record a video so everybody can kind of get an idea and get a little more explanation about all of this. So definitely, yes, connect with me regarding being part of that collective. And you're going to get a questionnaire soon that's going to ask you, do you want to do it? The main questionnaire is trying to get an idea of when you think you will be with us around the world. The questionnaire I just sent out. So I'd appreciate it if all of you filled that out. And just say, like, maybe you don't know exactly what the collective is yet. I understand that, Michelle, and whoever else might be here, but just fill out the, hold on, just 2 seconds. Hold on.
This is so awesome.
It makes you wonder what restaurant has swings in it as seats, right? So I want to see the whole place and what kind of food do they serve.
That's very cool.
It is.
Okay, here we go. And I'm going to send out, the collective is, we haven't actually done this yet, but we're opening the collective to families also. And we're going to have our first family trial. It's going to be happening in Thailand. That there'll be some children there, and we'll be working through some of the details on that. So as we explore over the year, we'll have even more fun with that. So if some of you have a partner, sometimes the partners are people that might be able to really help with some of the projects, or maybe they just want to attend with you. We definitely want to develop a family atmosphere, and so that's part of what we're working on. And again, like I said, it is developing, so it's not all set up completely, but we're working toward that, okay? Who else has a question? Every time, yes, Michelle, every time you attend as an angel, during the retreat, your food and accommodation is covered. Yes. It would only be if you came a little early, or, that would be different from that. Okay. All right. Who else has a question?
Heather has a question again.
Heather, yes.
A little bit off topic, but related. The spiritual journey that is scheduled for August. Do you know when you're going to decide on the location?
Yes. Matt actually already knows, and I don't know. I don't know if I'd be able to hold it in and not tell you guys. If I knew, but I don't know yet. But it's coming, and we'll know in the not too distant future. We will know the answer to that question. But in the meantime, I'm going to send you guys. I'm going to post a couple of incredible flight apps that you can get the best prices last minute. They're so good. They're just amazing. And so I'll post those for you guys in the Facebook group. Okay. Anybody else? Vedika, you have any questions? Come on, ask.
You've done such a great job explaining it in the beginning, Jules, that you answered the questions that I did have. Yeah, no, thank you. You're very thorough.
Wow.
So I feel like I understand now how it works.
Okay.
The difference between the health retreat versus the healing retreat, and then the collective. I get that. Yeah. So I don't have any questions right now. Sorry. I wish I could add to it because I'm sure there are other questions. So great that Michelle and Heather are asking.
Great. And then just to tie this up, we talked a little bit about the spiritual quest. That's in August, 8th through the 18th. And we don't know the location yet, but we will soon. And that is like a guided spiritual quest going on our own personal spiritual quest. So that entire trip is all about us. Us expanding and growing and experiencing and, experiencing magic in our lives that we can take back with us to wherever we live and to the people that we love. And so the other one is Healer Fest. Healers Fest. And Healers Fest is Healers Fest are 3-day weekends. They happen in the Ozarks Mountains, which are, you fly into St. Louis, Missouri, in the United States. I can't recommend this weekend enough. We do have a special mini magician's price because we get a special price for our food and lodging while we're there. It's really fun. It's amazing. It's on land that is, Native American land. There is a very special energy there. We do sweat lodges and learn, experience all different realms when we go there. And they're even expanding that program to include what they call different tracks for people who have different interests. So, for instance, if you had an interest in developing your psychic abilities, that'd be one track. And if you had an interest in shamanism, that'd be another track. And there's going to be multiple tracks. I'm just giving you guys a couple ideas. Now, I don't know if in April there would be tracks, but that is something that's coming in the future. And so it would be, I highly recommend it if you can tie in either the April or the August. We tried to center them around when we're going to be close to the United States. So if you wanted to come to the Mexico retreat, then you could maybe come to the April Healers Fest. And if you wanted to come to the August Healers Fest, maybe you would come to the the USA retreat. Now, there will be days in between, and I didn't want you guys to stress about everything because there's so many people in the United States. If you're coming from afar, don't think you're alone. Like, the part of being part of the collective, part of being part of Mini Magicians, and even if you never come on a collective, you are still part of the collective. So when you are part of what we're doing, you just reach out and say, hey, I'm going to be here for these days. Where can I stay? Who wants to have me come and stay with them? Just like right now, I'm in Melbourne, Australia. I was in Bali, and I didn't even know where I was going after or who I was going to stay with. And then now I'm here, and I'm at Anna's house. You guys know Anna. She's in the 2.0s, and Teague is with us. And Erin's here, and then Rich and Katie are here, and we're all here in Melbourne at this moment. And then we're all going to Brisbane, and then we're all going to Adelaide. And so it's like, there's people that want you to come and stay with them and that are excited to have you be there, and don't feel like you're being a bother. Okay, so you just got to put it out there where people know that you're looking for that. Maybe you put it out in the Facebook group. Let's not use the mini chat. Don't use the mini chat for conversations. Use the Facebook group for conversations. Mini chat is just to keep us in the loop or help us with announcements. And so, so in the future, we just want to make sure that. Let's see. I thought Healer's Fest was included. Yes, your Healer Fest experience is included in Mini Magicians. The food and lodging is part of what you have to pay for, because there's a fixed cost involved with the land, and with Jim and Laura who own the land. It's just a beautiful place. And so all of that's included. Your experience, your teaching is all included. Your experience with seeing shamanic healings and sweat lodges, that's all included. It's just food and lodging. Okay? I hope that answered your question. Is there anyone else who has a question that I can answer? Or find the answer if I don't know the answer?
Will there be a bookend collective around the Healing Quest as well, or just
A bookend? Say that again. Will there be a?
sorry. Will there be a collective built around the quest as well?
No, the spiritual quest is its own entity. From the 8th to the 18th, that's a spiritual quest. But there will most likely be people gathered together in between events, right? There's 2 to 3 weeks in between different things, or a week here or there. And people will be together doing different things. That could include flowjects or projects. Like, we're all working on stuff right now, but we're not in a collective, but we still are in the collective. Does that make sense? Yeah. We're staying, like, people are together, but we're not in an official collective at the moment, but we're still working on stuff.
Hey, Jules.
Yes.
While you're doing the collective, and I know there's a few of the traveling around, how are you like living? Like, when do you get to do your own business, or are you all kind of just, how do you fund yourself when do you do your own work, and how are you working your businesses and lives around that?
Well, a big focus for me is growing the retreats, growing things, right? And so, if you like, at this time, I'm going to tell you honestly, I'm not too worried about it personally, because the main things are taken care of. And I really know this from owning businesses and from being a business person. I'm an entrepreneur my whole life. I've been an entrepreneur since I graduated from college, and I've never had a real job where people just paid me for showing up, right? I haven't ever had that, or by the hour. Only I produce X, I get X, whatever that is, right? And so what I have discovered as I have been going through, like, some of those same questions, even me, I mean, we all go through different things, right? That I discovered that I was worrying about things I didn't need to worry about, that things were working out and everything was okay. And it wasn't like, when I took my mind off of how it wouldn't work and started thinking about how it could work, or what if the world was more like this, or what if everyone's contribution was valued the same? Like, it didn't matter what you did, you were a contribution to the whole. And since I kind of changed the way that I was looking at it and the way that I was experiencing it, what I noticed is that it seems like things are just working out, like, surprisingly, in fact. So, and Eileen, probably, she's been through more of this with me than anybody. So she's probably like, phew, oh, God, that's good. Yeah, so like, it's no fun being around a stressed out Nelly, right? And when what I'm seeing is I'm starting to think like, at first I was thinking about how am I going to pay my bills or how am I going to do this, right? Now, like one of my gifts is creating like expansion in whatever I'm doing. And now instead of me thinking so small, I'm like way back here thinking big, okay? Like how do we expand this? How do we make this viable for everyone? And like then it's like even bigger. Like how do we make this viable for the world to choose this over the, you know, fame and fortune model, basically? You know, so how can we do that? And how do we create, manifest, and create abundance in a way that is really helpful, that is really in our flow, that is really good for our hearts, that gives us, like, from the inside out, we feel amazing and beautiful and like we're contributing and that we love our life. That's where I'm at now, and then expanding that over this year. So I don't have all the answers, Michelle. It was such a good question, and I know more people want to know the same thing. But it is like, you know, that is something. Oh, Eileen's leaving. Bye, Eileen. We love you.
Good night.
Good night. But it's like a, you know, we're all conditioned to be in that model. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with having money or anything like that, because of course our business operates, you know, in a capitalistic world, and you know, we're part of that. And there's another way to do it, from our hearts, living in our flow, and contributing in the way that we are meant to contribute, not pigeonholing ourselves or trying to be something that we're not, and just like, you know, working ourselves to death doing that. This is about expanding. And so I'm expanding my mind past, you know, myself, my family, my friends, my community, my company, and I'm like thinking, how can this work for the world? And that was kind of a long answer, sorry. So anyways, that's what being surrounded by people that are thinking that way, it does. It's amazing how it works. And so I'm pretty excited about what we're creating. And you know, it's just fun. Okay, any other questions that anybody else has? Vidika, you have any more questions? Over there in the dark?
No, hon, I don't.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
No, this was great.
Okay, no question is ever too small, you guys. Don't feel silly, but just know that most of the time, if you have a question, everybody has that same question. So post it in the Facebook group. Let's get that Facebook group going with more, you know, sharing, with like sharing what's happening, so that we can like be aware of one another's growth, where we're at. Like I shared this giant, crazy, long share. I mean, for anybody who knows me, like I do not do that usually, but I'm doing it. And so anyways, I shared this great, big, long share. And now today I just had another giant breakthrough, and I want to share that with you guys too. And like part of me, my little connector self says, oh, but you know, nobody liked it. Nobody read it. Like, oh. Okay, so you guys, it doesn't matter, but I want you to know that from the bottom of my heart, I am here for you. That come to the Facebook group, post and share, and like part of our contribution is to one another. That we're all growing together, that we're all learning together, that we're dissolving these beliefs together, that we're expanding who we are for the world together. And so let's operate in that realm on the Facebook group, and keep that thing alive and fired up with all kinds of energy, so that you know that if you needed someone, all you'd have to do is just post a quick post and say, I need someone, and boom, somebody will like pop up and be there for you. Like, we are not here alone. We've been conditioned to believe that we're here alone, and that there really isn't anybody, and that we don't want to bother anybody. But in this group, you're not bothering people at all, because I know that firsthand. And this is one of my big lessons that I've been learning is, you know, I'm not bothering anybody. I'm not taking up space. I'm appreciated and loved when I just be myself, and I don't have to do anything. And if I need something, people are there. And I'm gonna start crying if I keep talking. It's been a really great lesson for me. So anyways, I love you guys. You guys, even if you haven't been one of the people, you're still part of it. So anyways. Heather, did you want to share something? Okay. All right, guys. Well, so let's sign off now. I'm going to go back to the table and eat some food and hang out with everybody. And I love you guys. And sending you all kinds of love from Australia out to you. And I look forward to seeing you all when we gather in Thailand. Everybody who can be there, and if not there, Croatia. If not there, Mexico. If not there, USA. If not there, Portugal. And then when we go to Bali, that is actually in 2.0. But, you know, like, let's just keep this ball rolling and keep going. Okay? All right. Love you.
Thanks, Jules. Love you too.
Okay.
Good night, everyone.
Bye,
Good night, good morning, good afternoon,
Okay.
whatever it is. Bye.
See you later. Oops.